You are walking around with 20,000-year-old hardware in a 21st century world. Your brain does not care if you are happy. It does not care if you are successful. It only cares that you survive. This is the survival trap. For thousands of years, the human who expected the worst lived the longest. The one who saw a shadow and thought tiger survived, while the one who thought flower was eaten. But today, there are no tigers. There are only emails, deadlines, and social judgments. Yet your brain still reacts with the same chemical violence. It is time to recognize the software is outdated. In clinical terms, this is called the negativity bias. Research shows that the brain reacts more intensely to negative stimuli than to positive ones. A single insult weighs more than 10 compliments. A single mistake feels louder than a month of progress. This isn't your fault. It is your biology. But biology is not destiny. To rebuild, we must first identify the negative loops, the repetitive dots that run in the background of your mind like malware, draining your battery and slowing your processing power. How do we stop a loop that has been running for decades? We use a pattern interrupt. The moment a negative thought enters your field of vision, you must label it. Do not fight it. Do not argue with it. Simply state, that is a survival thought. By labeling the thought, you move the processing from the emotional amygdala to the logical prefrontal cortex. You are effectively taking the steering wheel back from your ancient ancestors. Step 1 of the reconstruction is evidence-based auditing. Most of your negative fears are based on ghost data, projections of things that haven't happened. When your brain says, "I will fail," ask it for the evidence, not the feeling, the evidence. You will find that 99% of your mental stress is based on zero factual data. You are suffering more in imagination than in reality. Step 2 is structural substitution. We do not just think positive. That is weak. We reconstruct logically. We take a negative scenario and find the tactical advantage. If you lost a job, your brain says, "I am useless." The reconstruction says, "The previous environment was a mismatch for my skill set. I am now free to optimize for a higher yield position." This is not an opinion. It is a structural fact. Take a breath. Look at the visual on your screen. This represents the event horizon of your mindset. Once you pass through the logic of this session, you cannot go back to being a victim of your own biology. Your brain is physically changing right now. Each second you stay focused on this clinical breakdown, you are strengthening the neural pathways of sovereignty. We must now rewire your reward system. Most people feed their brain dopamine through distraction, scrolling, and validation. To reconstruct for positivity, we must tie dopamine to progress indicators. Celebrate the smallest logical win. Did you label a negative thought today? That is a win. Did you choose a factual audit over an emotional reaction? That is a win. We are training your brain to crave the high of logic. Sovereignty is the state of being your own master. A reconstructed brain does not wait for the world to be good to feel positive. It creates positivity through the mastery of perception. You are the architect. The world is just the raw material. You have the power to decide which data points define your reality. For the next 24 hours, your task is simple. Every time a negative loop starts, you will say the word audit. You will look for the evidence. You will find the tactical advantage. You will do this until the ancient software realizes it has been replaced by a modern, high-performance system. The reconstruction is complete. You are no longer a passenger in your own mind. You are the pilot. The ancient bias is quiet, and the logical architect is online. This is the first day of your new operating system.